On this video, we're talking about marriage showstoppers. We're wasting no time. We're jumping right into it. Welcome back to Common Sense for Relationships. Welcome back, everyone. We're still here on Common Sense for Relationships, and I'm Anietie Bature, and with me are Idorenyin Mbang and his lovely wife Thelma, and my husband, Mr. Kingsley Bature.
I know papers.
All right, so now we want to talk about something interesting: marriage showstoppers. So sometimes I see young men, well, permit me, there's a term that we coined for them, man-chellos. You know, they have moved beyond bachelors, they're now man-chellos. And you're wondering, hey, what's up? Are you planning to get married and in this lifetime? And they're like, oh, yes, but. So now we want to address some of the buts that we heard from the young men as well as the young ladies. What's really going on? Why is it that so many of them really want to settle down, but haven't gotten around to doing so yet? Okay, so we will read some of the feedback that we got from some of our viewers, and then we will go into let's try to address some of these concerns they informed us about. One of our viewers sent this in, and he said finding the right person is really important, because if you marry the wrong person, you're in hell already. And then he also mentioned that some people refuse to lower their standards, so it takes longer for them to settle down because they are waiting to find the right person. And they would rather marry late and marry right. So how do you solve this problem? How do you help someone in this situation?
Have realistic expectations. I don't like to use the word lower your
Standard,
standards, because if you lower your standards, you may end up living a miserable life later. And depending on what that standard is, let your wish list not be too much of a wish list.
Let it be a real list. A real list.
Focus on what's really important. Remember, the content is what you should focus on.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not saying go and marry someone that you'll be ashamed of.
Yeah.
You know yourself, and to thyself be true.
That
Make
puts
it
it in
realistic.
perspective.
So sometimes you find that people have a particular specification for the container, you know, and even when they find the content, right, they are still insistent on the container. So isn't it a good idea to be a little flexible around the container if you find the content?
So it's important to be flexible, I mean, around the container, but there are some certain, okay, so you have a lady or a guy who is not very blessed in height.
Vertically challenged.
And says, for the sake of the next generation to come,
exactly,
I want someone who is blessed in height.
Yes, I'm a witness.
That is not really a realistic expectation. And such a person, even if she finds, or even if he or she finds the content in a container that is not he or she may struggle to be flexible when it comes to that. Be flexible, but don't be too flexible to such an extent that you just settle, you know, and say, okay, well, I've waited, I'm this age, I've not seen anyone, and he comes, he's not so tall, but well, I'll just manage. I don't think marriage is meant to be managed, even though like we always say, the content is more important than the container. But you don't want a situation where you married a container that you did not like, and then 10 years down the line, you are now ashamed to walk out with the person because he's too tall or he's too short or she's too fat. So while you're flexible, it's still important to, you know, to have those things that, I mean, I don't want to use the word foundational because I really don't think they're important. But I mean, there are some things that are dear to you. I will think you should still look out, you know, for those things so that you don't wake up one morning and start asking yourself, did I settle? Because once you start asking yourself, the marriage is already in crisis. Once you start asking yourself that question, that did I settle, then the marriage is already in crisis.
So consider, don't be too quick. Don't be too quick to
cast away.
Exactly, just because they don't meet something, some requirement somewhere, unless it is really critical, then you should give it a second thought. Okay, a lady said it's really difficult for ladies because they can't go out and ask a guy to to go out with them. They don't want to be the ones initiating. I know that in some other cultures it's becoming normal, right, for ladies to ask men out, but in Nigeria, in Africa, I think it's still mostly the guy's responsibility to do that. So what can a lady do to help herself if she feels guys are not approaching her and she feels she's wife material?
So here's what I think. I don't think it's completely out of place for a lady to, I wouldn't use the word ask the guy out, but I don't think it's out of place for you to offer a handout. You know, can we have a drink? It's just that once you do that, I think you do that with an intention that, okay, the guy will pick up from there, but where he doesn't, you may need to pull the brakes so it doesn't look like you are out hunting. Do you understand? But I don't think it's out of place for you to suggest that, oh, if you're not doing anything this evening, can we watch a movie? You know, say a colleague in the office or a friend. So it will just be a general outing. You don't make it look like I'm after you, but you give an opportunity for a hangout, because sometimes it's possible that the guy too is eyeing. I mean, I've seen situations where the guy is eyeing the lady, but he wasn't bold enough. But then the lady offers a hangout, and then the guy takes it from there. But where he doesn't take it from the hangout, of course, you then need to recalculate. You know, if a guy is interested and you ask for that hangout and he does, he will take a cue and you know, take it from there. I mean,
that's an interesting. It's interesting for me. What comes to my mind is the fact I think ladies actually do have a bit more control in relationships than they give themselves credit for. Yes, there's the place of culture that says, oh, okay, the guy does the asking, right? But the lady, let me put it this way. Truly, ladies, if you want a guy to like you, you know what to do. Right? It's like, basically, it's like, okay, I like this guy. I think the guy likes me. But I don't want to be the one to ask him out because of all the backlash that can come from it. Tomorrow he can say, well, you're not the one that asked me out. I didn't even want to go. You know, I didn't even want to, but you are the one that asked me. But then there are things that you can do, and ID says you can initiate. And initiate doesn't mean going full blown out there and say, come, will you marry me? You know, that's not what we're asking for. We're saying apply wisdom. You know, there's a way to package it. There's a way to package yourself, and there's a way to give a green light without driving right up to his courtyard.
Yeah, that's interesting. Something else that is important. Call it an important tool or skill or something you should have in your arsenal is be a conversation starter.
Oh yeah.
Be able to walk up to a perfect stranger and just say hello or something, or someone standing in front of you in line to pay for your goods when you're leaving the mall or something. Be able to talk to that person. Yeah. If you have no ideas, start with the weather or the fact that there's a queue in the first place. I mean, just find something to use to
or
start.
Or the Arsenal lost.
Start a conversation.
Some relationships are formed out of the weirdest situations and conversations, you know. So yeah, I mean, like you said, it's important for you to be able to start a conversation.
Especially
I think these days a lot of us are looking down. There was a video I watched recently where everyone is looking down and no one is looking up, and we're missing out on several opportunities to interact
exactly
with people. So
that's very key.
And you know, the person who shot that video said that he met his wife by asking directions to a location. But you know, with Google Maps these days, we don't ask directions anymore. You know? So
interesting. Wow.
So keep your eyes up more.
Yeah, keep your eyes up. And if you succeed in starting a conversation, don't just be tactful about what you're discussing. Use it. It's like your 1 minute opportunity to tell the person do your pitch, right? Find a way to, in that short opportunity, right, make this person see that you are an interesting person, and make them want to say, hey, that was an interesting conversation. I think I want to do this again. And then from there, can I have your number or something of that sort? But then if you're just like standing on the queue, not saying anything, or sitting next to the person in church and just thinking, oh, looks nice, but I'm not saying anything. And then the service ends and it's over. Missed opportunity. Please learn to start conversations.